Welcome to Crisp Chats, the show where we are in tune with the culture and what's going on with music. Today we have the award-winning, the lovely, the beautiful Lady X in the building. My name is Luiso the One. This is Tabo, and this is Tepo. Lady X, so nice to have you in the building.
What up, what up?
Shout out,
Kabangalo.
shout out.
A little bit of a clap.
Yeah, you can clap more. It's not a problem.
Nah, my hands
we get
can't
a
do that
studio
with the ring.
audience,
With the ring.
Let's go. I'm
It's
ready.
not marriage though, not yet. Okay, so
So I
Tati,
just
that's
wanna
a hint. Start us off.
Yeah, let's go, guys. Let's go.
So I just want to start real quick. You took a break from the industry and you came back. Just tell us, like, why and how did that help you?
I took a break for a couple of reasons, but mainly for mental health. I experienced a lot of darkness after the SATMAs. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about in the industry. And I just got, mind the language, gatvol. And I just chose myself, my mental health. And outside of that, I was going through a lot of like personal and cultural things. And so I had to handle my things. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you give us a little bit of insight? Because
Pap.
wait. We have a lot of other, females in the industry that have their gripes. I mean, what I want to know is that were those factors related to kind of like, gender-based, or was it just musically that?
Okay, we're going to keep it 100.
Okay, yeah, let's keep it on.
Cool. So there was an article that was released and I did an interview and I basically just broke it all down. I have faced a lot of sexual harassment and I have faced assault in the entertainment industry, and that was also one of the reasons. And a lot of women in this industry go through the same thing I went through, and we're just kind of expected to just get up the next day and like pretend nothing ever happened and you just move on with your life. I'm blessed that what happened to me wasn't as traumatizing as what other females have gone through, but it was enough to make me go, I actually don't need this anymore. I'm a highly educated woman. I've got a very supportive family and friends, and I just can't do this, and I don't need this anymore. So,
What did you think needs to change? What do you think we need to change as guys who are in the industry and who are, trying to better the industry?
I think there's too much male privilege in the industry. I mean, for the fact that like an executive of a huge label can be able to get away with so many incidents in-house, and all that happens is that the person that he did something to will either just get like a promotion and like, some hush or whatever, sign an NDA. And that's the reality, is that there's so much male privilege that happens in this industry that like people just look the other way. And I think you as men, I mean, you guys are coming up and you have the power that when you see a friend of yours step out of bounds, whether it's a remark or most commonly an inappropriate touch, just be like, Chita, come on.
Shut up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's all that needs to happen, because the more, I'm a Chita around, one chap, like he just will feel like, okay, nah. The niggas think I'm, the top dog. And so he keeps doing that kind of, it's a constant perpetuating of that kind of behavior. And that's what I think as men can stop.
And just in keeping with recent news, you recently took a break from social media as well. Break that down about like why social media, you needed to make that statement with social media and with the amount of control and influence that stuff has on people's lives. Just elaborate on that.
Well, I mean, when that was going on, a lot of us had lost like a very close friend of ours. We had lost Ricky. And like I said before, mental health is a very, very serious thing to me. And when he made that decision, it triggered a lot in me because I've been there before. I won't go too much into it, but I respected his decision and I understood because I've also been there and I almost made that same decision. But
but you didn't.
Sorry. Just, yeah. But I didn't. And for me, the issue was when you hear about somebody making that decision, for me, I don't understand why the first thing you do is pick up your phone and post a picture just to show everybody that you were friends with this person. For me, it was, the issue is, I felt that a lot of people didn't process his decision, didn't process what it took to get to that kind of decision. So I just said, I'm not doing it. Because every time I'd open social media, I would see a picture, I would see somebody writing this long ass paragraph or stanzas upon stanzas. And my thing is like, this person was with you guys.
Yeah.
Like, like for a few examples, this person was on tour with you.
Yeah.
This person was with you. This person was in studio. Yes, some people hide what they're going through. But another issue I have is that in society right now, especially in the entertainment industry, everybody is so focused on themselves, what they can get out of a person, and never like takes the time to actually see, hey, man, this guy's not okay, you know, like. So, yeah, do you know what I'm saying? But all you want is to just either be around that person, to take photos around that person, get a verse or do something. It's always just about taking and taking and taking, and you don't pause and hold up and actually be like, and be cognizant. That is my issue with a lot of what this industry can do to you. You just constantly become about me, what I want, what I need, what's gonna make me succeed, how I'm gonna get to number 1, how I'm gonna look good for social media. It's a lot, and I'm just not about that life. So, yeah.
R.I.P. to Ricky. Just moving on to something a little bit lighter, right? You said that you get a lot of your musical influence, or at least music started on the father side of your family. How did music begin for Lady X?
Well, when I mentioned my father, it's because my hebatum.
Sorry, guys.
Hebatum. Cut. I'm kidding.
Sorry, guys.
we are experiencing some technical difficulties. We'll be right back.
I'm new to this.
This is the last time you guys see Tabo. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Carrying on.
Sorry.
So let's carry on. When I mentioned my father in that interview, my father's side of the family is extremely musical. So a lot of people will, because my mother cannot sing, but the reason I do sing is actually because of my mother. I grew up and she used to buy me, like, I still have them, like, so I have a piano at home that my father bought me. And at the bottom of the piano, there's like little toys. I have like a little guitar and a keytar and a little small piano and a train that, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the days, I won't like expose how old I am, but like they used to buy these trains and used to put a cartridge in it, and it used to just go around playing music. So I always had those kind of toys, and my mother like.
So you were a rich kid, eh?
I don't know. Relax. This interview's going astray, but I had those things, and also my mother, like in the house, I grew up listening to like Sarah Vaughan, Nina Simone, Brenda. So, and she knew. I mean, the moment she played Whitney Houston, I could sing exactly like Whitney. I could mimic any person's voice, and she was like, "Oh no, we have a problem." And then my father was like, let's get her a piano. And then I also played violin, so
Cool. So did you get like lessons at school? Did you do music at school?
I did. At school, I was part of the jazz band. I started a jazz chorus. I entered the Standard Bank Jazz Festival a lot of times.
Did you win?
Yes, of course I won.
Okay, shout out.
All my jazz chorus were number 1, honey. We toured. Come on now.
Let's do it.
Even Bro Hugh was like, when you're ready, can we... I know develop water, guys. Develop water.
Okay.
So I want to jump to a pivotal moment in your career, which is 2018, when you decided to leave your label and go independent. Speak about that, about like, a lot of artists have a lot of hesitancy about going on their own.
Right.
And one thing that I saw when I was researching you is that you also got a degree in brand leadership, which is, and it's like a super clever degree to get when you're trying to like build yourself in the music industry. So speak more about like your independence and what that means for you as an artist.
First of all, it means everything. Second of all, it's so hard. It's so hard. Like, you can think of like,
Yeah.
I want to be independent. I want to own all of my masters. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Yo,
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
it's so much work. And for me, it's, basically like, I think what a lot of artists don't understand is that when you own your masters, you have the right to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Put your music wherever it is, if you've got the right publisher. I mean, that's what it was for me. It was like, I've been hopping around and doing so many collaborations and features.
Yeah.
Cheapers. I think I've been in the game for like 10 years since I started with Mo
Shout
Favor.
out. And you're still
Shivumba.
going strong.
You know what I mean? And
Damn.
after almost 2.5 year break. But like back to it, the importance for me is owning everything that your name is on
Yes.
Yeah.
is one of the most powerful things you can do as an artist. And everybody was so shocked. I think there were so many articles about it because people were like, where's all your music? What happened to it? I took everything, my entire catalog, I took it off digital platforms just so it can be under my banner.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
And if there was any drama with like, this always happens back in the day because I was like one of the first house vocalists
Yeah.
that like ever started this thing of like singing on house tracks
Yeah.
in SA. There's always drama with house producers. I'm going to tell you.
Damn, what is the drama?
Oh my
You actually
God.
quoted on saying this. You said
actually
this
said
before,
something,
so
yeah.
we want to find out. What's the drama?
Much drama. Look, back in the day, a lot of vocalists didn't know what was what, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example, there's a personal story for me. I'm not going to name names. So I have, like for example, in Blood and Water, I have a couple of songs in the first season.
Shout
right?
out.
So-
Damn, didn't even know that.
When you record a song in somebody else's studio, technically the master belongs there, right?
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, the peeps don't know that.
What?
So
Damn.
now, here's the thing. When, for example, one of the songs was recorded, I was the one that picked up the phone and was like, yo, Reverends, love your work. I believe we could make something happen. Drove
Yeah.
all the way, I'm talking hundreds of kilometers to go make it happen.
Yeah.
And then there'll be the drama that is, okay, but when you arrived in studio, the melody already existed. So all of those little things, like, so if you record there, the master belongs to them. And then if the melody already existed, now you're no longer complete songwriter because y'all. So it's just little things like that people don't really, really know.
Yeah.
And but then after a song is created, then another question can be asked of, okay, who paid for the mixing, who paid for the mastering, who paid for it to be on radio, who paid for the music video, who paid for this? And in that instance, it was me. And when I left the studio, it was, okay, guys, they were like, okay, no, Lady X, take the song.
Yeah.
Take the song,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So another thing you need to remember is that when you speak, it's a
Yeah.
verbal contract.
Yeah.
So if you say to me, Lady X, take the song.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want to do with the song, we support you. Whatever you need, just give us a call. You've already now said, it is yours.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And another thing we didn't do back in the day is we didn't all have publishers.
Yeah.
We didn't all go to studio and arrive with like, it did on some. Ban ID number, winner, songwriter, wada author. We didn't do that stuff.
Yeah.
So all of those things always cause so much drama, which is why I was like, I'm done with house music. I cannot.
So this is such an important piece of information.
Yes.
Do you mind, like, if I just turn this into like a crash course on how to navigate the SA
Hey,
music
man.
industry?
Yes.
You're very experienced. What's the advice for young women who are trying to break through?
For me, it would be, number one, I know we get very excited to be in studio.
Yeah.
We get very excited. But when you're going into studio, first of all, before you even like enter, for example, I've got a studio session coming up. It's going to be this weekend. The first thing I did, DJ, like producer, spoke to me, DM, whatever, called me this morning. I'm like, okay, look, cool, let's do that. First of all, how is Lady X getting to the studio? Number one. Are you transporting her? Is she being fetched by a car? What's going on? Because as a female, you can't be going to studios by yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
And before you go, your team needs to know that you're going. Second of all, it's, okay, let's discuss publishing. So what I do is I say, okay, here's my publisher's number. I take your number and I give it to the publisher. And I say, can we finalize and speak about publishing? who's involved in the song. Is it just 50-50? When I say 50-50, is it me and you? And everything will just be split in half. If you're working with other producers, you guys need to sort out all of your stuff on your end because I'm keeping my 50%.
Yeah.
The reason I'm keeping it is because I'm going to be the author, I'm going to be the singer, I'm going to deliver the melody line.
Yeah.
Everything is going to be me on
Yeah.
my side. Then that's where like you and the publishers, so he must say, okay, this is my publisher,
Yeah.
and everything must be sorted before you go. Because when the song is done, people can now say, no, but Lady X, you know, there's 4 of us. How? 4 of you? But
What
there's
happened?
1 of me, my man.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
now what must
yeah.
happen? So now you want 10% from my, nah,
Yeah.
it doesn't work
Yeah.
like that. So first of all, I would say sort that out.
Yeah.
Then you need to discuss royalties. You need to, like that stuff needs to be done. You must just go there with that document, that
Yeah.
deed,
Yeah.
and fill that thing out. Don't leave the studio because we get carried away. Siyapuza,
Kumnandi.
Then you leave without signing a thing. Before
Yeah.
you leave the studio, make
Yeah.
sure the deed is signed. Everybody's ID numbers. If you've got 6 names,
Yeah.
Jita, put all of
Bonke.
every single thing.
Yeah.
So that what? There isn't drama when the song becomes a number 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we have to call lawyers. We must now have arguments. So that would be my advice. And I would also advise them. I'm blessed because it took me so long. I've been through so many management teams and this team. Find the people that are for you, that understand you, and that are willing to ride or die for you. But most importantly, guys, please don't forget paperwork.
Yeah.
Like
So-
it's number
So
1.
give us a little bit of a rundown on. Look, you've just come back again, and it's your comeback, and you've got a new EP that you dropped on Friday,
No, it's dropping on the 1st of April.
1st of April. Okay,
Yes,
sure.
you guys
So-
just got like, this is actually the first time I'm performing the single.
So,
Very
so
special.
we want to know about this new EP and especially the song that you're performing today. Does it have any significance to you and your comeback to music and to the
Yeah.
industry? Can you also just run down what the song means? You know,
Yeah.
what the song means to you and what the song can mean to the people who are listening to your music?
Okay, so the track is titled Wela. It was produced by Cornelius. When I recorded this track, I was coming back to studio, and it's kind of like my truth and my everything that you've gone through in life.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning. So in the song, I say, Amanxeba awapheli thatha umthwalo indlela inde ungashoni. So in life, there'll be so many scars that are still going to come at you. You're
Yeah,
still going to
yeah.
be
Mhm.
so
No, for sure.
wounded in life. You're going to be so wounded that your back is going to curve like this, and you're just going to walk bleeding
Yeah.
constantly.
Is that why you walk Bigfoot?
I walk barefoot because
No,
it's
that's why she has
cool,
red hair.
basically.
Okay, sorry for interrupting.
No, it's cool. And basically, the song is saying the road is still yet so long.
Yeah.
And all you need to do is understand that this is just a hurdle. Xa ndisithi wela loo ntaba, nobe zinsuku ziyakushiya. Go over this hill, go over this hard time in life. No matter how many days are going past and you feel like you're not winning, the
Yeah.
struggle is hard, you keep waking up and you keep pushing and you keep pushing. Nobody can see your hustle. Keep going. And when it feels like you're stepping on, what is it, quicksand, right?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you're stepping on quicksand,
Yeah.
it's okay, just pull that leg out because the next step could actually be firm ground. Just keep going. And that's what I was telling myself when
Yeah.
I was recording it. I mean, I was half crying, half completely zenned out,
Yeah.
and just kind of pouring it out. And I wanted to release it first because, number one, I realized that the suicide rate amongst our generation and the generation before us, and especially after COVID, is so
Yeah.
intense. And I just felt like people needed to hear that it's okay to be going through the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all you need to do is just keep going. You know, like everybody says keep going.
Yeah.
But when you hear it in song and when you hear somebody sing it the way I sing it, because it's my real life, that maybe it'll help you get up and go.
So I just want to talk about, like, just to wrap up with this one question of, your sound has evolved so much over your career. You know, you were doing house, and then you went to Afro Soul.
Yeah.
That was the drama with your label.
but-
You know what I'm saying? So now with Wela, we listen
Yeah.
to it, and it's going back to that house sound.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
on your terms.
Yeah.
So just explain what that means for your future.
Yeah.
For the future of your music.
So, Lady X, I don't ever like to be boxed in.
Yeah.
That's why I will hop from like house, there's tribal house, then it's whatever it is, then it's Afro Soul, and now
Yeah.
it's this. And people are like, okay, so what is this Rebirth EP about?
Yeah.
It's expression, it's global dance. I come from dance.
Yeah.
Yes.
So literally one track is like, one of them has got Thai Wonder in it. Cool Drink is on one of them, and it's
Yeah.
called Dare to Dream. It's very like festival. It's
Yeah.
like, maybe it was all a dream. Maybe I just fantasize.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just all a lie that one day I'll be free. It's
Hey.
very like festival-y.
Yeah.
And then you'll have Wela, like Cornelius. Then you'll have Tyler ICU on Yesterday.
shout out,
You
shout
know what I mean?
out.
So it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything is a different groove, but
Yeah.
everything is dance, but it's on a global level because producers is Jaspana.
Yeah.
And they're on level. So
Who,
that's
who
what
are
it
the
is, global
producers? Because
dance.
I think apart from like the top producer guys, we don't really recognize a lot of
Yeah.
the producers that are doing really great work in
Yeah,
terms of
yeah,
like
yeah.
the production value that a lot of you guys get.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can give some shout outs to some of the producers, I think
Oh,
that
most
would be,
definitely.
That would be great.
Shout out to the one and only. Hallelujah. Tyler ICU, hello. He
Shout
is
out.
amazing
Shout
to
out.
work with.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Uput Bay.
Yeah, you've got a joint that like
Yeah,
yesterday,
yesterday, yeah,
right? It's
yesterday,
going
yeah.
crazy. You did the yesterday challenge
I
on
did.
Instagram.
Yesterday. That was like the first one that just like to tease people, but that's
Yeah.
on the EP too. We've got Cornelius, obviously Wela. I've got Cool Drink on Day to Dream. I've got Thai Wonder. Thai Wonder's like where EDM meets like trip out Afro techie. It's
Okay.
amazing, and the
Yeah.
track is titled Berlin.
Diversity.
Like paying homage to the
Yeah.
house scene in Berlin.
Shout out.
And then I've got Claudio, who works a lot with Simi and Sanel. That one is
Oh.
very like, it's like a dream, but it's like trippy, but it's like, oh my God.
You know, now that you've said you've worked with Sanal, I mean Sanal's
Well, Claudio that works with Sanal.
Yeah, I mean that team, the choice of vocalists that they always choose is
Yeah.
always on
Yeah.
point. I mean, they never go wrong. I mean, everyone that's kind of like worked with them or come through them in terms of like the musicians that they produce have always been like top notch.
Well, I mean, I hope that's a compliment.
Nah, definitely,
Definitely
it
a
is.
compliment.
Definitely is, definitely
Okay,
is.
so like in an interview with like Drum Magazine, you said you now own your sensuality and your sexuality. Do you want to elaborate what you meant by that?
Oh, yeah. So I always used to, because everyone always tells me that I'm highly sexual or I exude sexuality and confidence and all of that. And
Shout
I
out to
used
that.
to, hello.
Shout out to that.
Shout out to that. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used to like be afraid of that because back in the day, it used to just bring like unnecessary male attention. And I don't necessarily have time or entertain male attention. So I used to shy away from owning my sensuality, my sexuality, because
Yeah.
it just brought drama that I have zero time
Yeah.
for. But now it's kind of like, this is who I am. Like, I can't apologize for the way I look. I
Yeah.
can't apologize that, like, I've got curves in all the right places. I can't
Shout
apologize
out.
that, like, hello.
Yeah.
I can't apologize for having voluptuous lips, my eyes, my curves, my melanin. There's no time for apologizing any Zium more.
So even the mentality has rebirthed in
Yeah.
a sense.
Every single thing. And that's why the EP's title, Rebirth, is this is who I am. And
Yeah.
I'm very excited to, number one, just be alive. Because essentially, I could not be here. And I don't take that like lightly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it completely is a rebirth. Rebirth in mindset, in
Incredible.
sound, in psychological mindset, in spirituality. My entire soul, my being has been rebirthed. And you can experience it in this EP.
So I just want to ask one question just to wrap it up. if there's one thing that's been a constant in your career, is your hair. The color red.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I've seen an interview where we actually broke down what it means to you, or if there is even a meaning. Just break down, because it's literally the most.
Yeah.
Don't know.
It's
Okay,
so
I'm kidding.
distinctive, though.
You know
It's
what
so
I mean?
distinctive.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's your look.
And you
No,
kept
it
it
is.
consistently
It
for
is.
so long.
It is. I actually can't live without red hair, guys. Even under my wigs, y'all. The tracks.
Were you born with
red.
red hair?
The tracks. I mean, I could take this off and do like a situation. The
Yeah,
tracks
yeah.
are red.
Yeah.
One of my friends is like, "Are you gonna do your eyebrows red next?" I'm like, "Relax. I would for a photo shoot." But I used to have dreadlocks, right? And before my dreadlocks were red, they were blonde.
Okay.
And then everybody started doing blonde, and I was like, "See now."
Yeah.
I can't be involved in looking like everybody. And then like one day I just
Is that a shot at me?
and when I get, maybe, I'm just saying.
She sets trends, Tabo.
All the time. but then I just like took like some dye one day and I just like, I don't know, I just called to the color red. And since that day, it's the only color that like makes me feel alive. It makes me feel okay. Like there's certain parts even in my home that like are red and they're like my chilling spot.
Yeah.
And it'll just be red.
It's your power color.
It's my power color.
And with that said, we are going to end with some power. We're going to end with where can we find your music?
Okay, so on the 1st of April, everybody, all
Yeah.
of these cameras,
Yeah.
Yes.
1st of April on all your digital platforms. The music video is coming out on the same day on all platforms, on all your channels. This video,
It's fire. Woo!
Y'all need to see it.
nizokhala. And then
Tears.
after that,
Hey.
nizowela. Nizoba right. But yeah, 1st of April, everything comes out and I'm very excited.
Cool.
All right, thank you so much, Lady X. You've been a very special personality to have in the building.
Thank you.
Amazing to have you here.
Thank you. Thank
Especially
you.
as an
Yeah.
industry vet, I feel pretty cool.
Oh,
This has been Louis to the One. This is Chris Chats with your boy Tabo and
Shout
Sepo.
out, shout
Thank
out.
you for checking it out. You guys need to like the video and be sure to comment your thoughts on the interview. Deuce.